Hey guys, what's up? Let's try this again. Take two. And we're starting on pile number 3, and we've got a take 2. Isn't that interesting? So let's go ahead and weave that into the oracle. Sorry, my laptop lost power. Who knew being plugged in the top part of the outlet was going to make this laptop die, and it kind of got in the way of the last transmission. So this is part 2 of the Wildebeest. We're settling into number 3. So I'm just going to start from the beginning. We're talking about the blue wildebeest. If you are here, let me know if this is much better. I hope that this stream is coming in better. I hope that it's not my laptop at low power, which definitely could be affecting it. Okay, so anyway, we've got the blue wildebeest here. There's channeled message, structure creators, big energy, number 777. Lefty Lucy is coming in. Energy, big energy coming to you. Okay. We're going to be working with the Ascended Masters here for those of you that are in the blue. And we've got the story of Paul Bunyan and his blue ox coming forward, which really makes me laugh. Okay. Oh, good. It's working perfect. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, Diane. Thank you for that heads up. Okay, so what wanted to come forward a little bit is a story about Paul Bunyan. Now, those of you, which is just, hey, a story wanted to be shared. So this particular story, unlike the last 2 stories, is all about kind of like this, what they call these folk tales. So Paul Bunyan was seen as this logger with this huge axe. He is said to have created the Mississippi by dragging his axe. Well, I'm actually going to read the story about how he found his beloved baby blue. Okay. All right. So Paul Bunyan was a giant lumberjack. Giant, okay? Oh my gosh, this is the connection. This is the connection, number 3, to Sandalphon. The giant energy, the big energy. Yes, I'm feeling it. Paul Bunyan, he was a giant lumberjack, a mythical hero of lumber camps in the United States, a symbol of bigness, strength, vitality. The tales and the anecdotes form that Paul Bunyan's legend are typical of the tradition of the frontier tall tales. And there is this idea of you being on the new frontier. Okay. So the moral of Paul Bunyan is to use your gifts. You've been given to do thoughtful things to show that you care for others and society as a whole. And I was saying that you guys are the structure creators. Oh, what are you creating? Oh, how about this beautiful new place called the New Earth? You are creating the out of the box energies that are creating this whole new wave. And the reason we've got this particular, the 8th dimension, is this is where we're starting on the new earth. And guess what we're doing at the 8th dimension? You can shed your shadows. Okay, why? Not because they don't have value, my friends. No, but because you learned all the lessons from them. Okay. As soon as you said giant, I got the connection too. Yeah, I love that, Diane. That's so awesome. Double confirmation on Sandalphon. So those of you in pile, oh, I got goosebumps too. So those of you in pile number 3, potentially have a new guide coming in with Sandalphon. If you haven't worked with him before, oh my gosh, so much fun. I love him. He's the one that brings in all these beautiful channeled music for me, okay, which I just think is so magical. But we've got the Ascended Masters coming in for you guys. And this is immediately taking me back to another oracle when we were talking about this evolution. I think it was this oracle that I shared, the progressive oracle for the year, which talks about the 444 challenge. And it was in the month of May. I'm actually getting a reminder to tell you it's the month of May. And the word for May is bloom. Bloom. So look at what's going on here. Okay. In the first pile, we haven't been planted yet because we have this pattern that's holding us back. In the second pile, we're planted at the apex, at the top of the pyramid, this phoenix energy of the yew tree. And the yew tree pairs with amber. And then here we are in the third pile, and the ascended masters are like, okay, guess what? A new initiation. Okay, so let's see if that really comes to be. I got 2 shuffles, 4 cards. I wrote down for you guys, you're in the air. Okay, immediately as I knew to do 2 shuffles, I immediately went to the Egyptian timeline, felt the root chakra. You are the root workers. You have this energy of bringing, like I said, you're the structure creators, and it comes from going back to what was. Okay, so that's what's really interesting. We're going back to where, I'm not going to elongate here, but where some changes were made. We're going to go back and restart the new beginning. And that's what I wrote here for you. Square dance. We're going to start in the north and we're going to go backwards. And this is really important because, like, for me, I share many times that, we all are very unique, right? And when I'm looking, okay, so like I'm actually in I'm in your energy right now. And what I see is, I like to tell people, I see a little differently. So I see the energy. I see what I call the dark matter. I see the contrast, okay? I see the shadows, okay? And so this is what's so beautiful, as a shadow walker myself, as a transmuter of these shadows. I see them, and I see them because my heart sees them, and it wants to actually take action to break up this energy. I'm not really sure where we're really going here, but it really feels like it has purpose. So let's just let it flow. And what I'm getting for you guys is the number 24 here with the cards. So 2 shuffles, 4 cards. The 2 is always going to talk about the chakra. The 4 is talking about a new structure. So we're taking the root chakra, we're finding our safety, we're getting our serenity, and we're creating this new structure. And I'm hearing, before it was a fortress, now it's a castle. See the difference in the vibration and the frequency. Wow. Okay, major goosebumps here. We're going from a fortress to the castle. Okay, and this is really interesting. Okay, so 2 shuffles. Right away, we got the number 31. This is kind of linking me to Metatron, okay, because he was number 31 too. We're talking about that structure. So for you guys, we have a structure also coming in. Lefty loosey, the light is pouring in, okay? So you've already had those tower moments happening where you're letting those shadows fall. And that's what Spirit was trying to show me, because when I was closing my eyes, I was seeing like all this movement, right? And this is the tower. This is the energy. This is the alchemy. This is why it's confusing. It's falling off, and it doesn't match how I feel. I feel effervescent. I feel so grounded, actually, more than I have. So, how can you study your energy? Look at, his eyes are closed, and it's just like, how can you take action? And literally, I wrote down, literally, in the air. You're in the air. When I say that, you're in the in between. Your feet haven't touched the ground yet. But how can you use this energy in this time to be purposeful? Look at this fast moving energy and this goldness. This is stepping into those gifts. It doesn't matter what you see, it's the actions that you take. It's kind of reminding me, right, of like what your mom would say. It doesn't matter what you say, actions speak louder than words. And this is actually really, really consistent to what's coming forward for you guys because you are the builders of the new earth. We need you to take action, yo. We need it to be built. If you build it, they will come. Field of Dreams is coming up. Uh, and it's like out of the box. Like he was like, oh my God, no one's going to believe that I'm talking to this ghost out of the cornfield that's telling me to build this game, right? And it's like in a lot of ways, this is the energy that's calling to you, pal number 3. Okay. So if it's out of the box, if it's out of the norm, don't let that pull you back. Self-study. Okay. Self-study. And when I'm getting this, and we're really feeling this connection between your mind, body, and your soul, this collaboration. And that's what I'm getting here. The 12 squared. Okay, I wrote down 12 squared. So in the first pile, I was, no, in the second pile, the number 12 came up in the shuffle and the cards. And you guys are squared that 2 shuffles, 4 cards. So this really is, when I'm saying squared, this is really feels like this is like the other component. So it's like, I say component, but I'm hearing exponent. There's this factor that's coming in that you don't really see, and it's like really, square is like doubling. It's a doubling effect, but I'm feeling like this is going to continue. Okay, so it like feels like this double effect is going to continue with different actions that you make. So study your energy, see what feels good, see what happens when you do this, when you do that. Take notes, okay? Really develop, because this structure is going to give you more choices. This structure has got you feeling mighty groovy, okay? I'm hearing from rags to riches. The veil opens. It's really, I mean, look at her, right? Look at her. She has vision. She knows what she's doing. She's balancing work and play. And in fact, her work is play. Okay. It's like, she's like, I can't believe this is my life. And this is what the Ascended Masters are saying to you. So there's this element that she knows where she's going, but he doesn't know the right actions yet. Okay. He's still learning what's going to happen, what's not going to happen for me. Okay. And a lot of this is just following the guidance. This morning, I worked on the food truck, and my angels were like, yeah, you got to get this oracle together. And what's interesting is I knew we were going to roll this, how it all came in, and I got everything ready. And as soon as I had everything ready, which was just working with my pendulum, it's like it all kind of came together as it went. And this is what your spirit team is trying to show you, okay? Paul Bunyan. I'm getting Paul Bunyan, Michelle. Okay. Because just like Paul Bunyan became the hero of his time in many ways, just as he used his gifts in a thoughtful way to show how he cared, and that's the story of Paul Bunyan. It's like in many ways the same thing is happening to you. Okay. So let's see. Here's a story that wants to be shared with you. Paul Bunyan went out okay. One winter, it was so cold, and this is a tall tale of here in the Midwest, in Wisconsin, actually. Paul Bunyan's pretty big, okay? Shout out to my friend Nicoletta, who lives in Wisconsin Dells, because he is the man in Wisconsin Dells. Paul Bunyan went out walking in the woods one day one winter, it was so cold that all the geese flew backward, and the fish moved south, and the snow turned blue. Late at night, it got so frigid that all the spoken words froze solid before they could be heard. People had waited until sunup to find out that what folks were talking about the night before. Paul Bunyan went out walking in the woods one day during that winter of the blue snow. He was knee deep in the blue snow and he heard a funny sound between a bleat and a snort. Looking down, he saw a teeny weeny baby blue ox just a hopping through the snow and sorting with rage on account that he was too short to see over the drifts. Paul Bunyan laughed when he saw the spunky little critter and took the little blue mite home with him. He warmed the little ox up by the fire, and the little fellow fluffed up and dried out, and he remained as blue as the snow that had stained him in the first place. And so his name became Babe, the blue ox. And as soon as I'm saying Babe, I'm being reminded of something I saw today about Babe Ruth, as my husband says, hi, babe. Okay. And Babe Ruth, actually, do you know that he missed 133? Like, he's got the most home runs, right? But it's like there were 133 one times at bat that he didn't hit a home run. Okay. But it's like there's this element of stepping up to bat and going for it. Okay. Going for the fences. I just had to share that. Okay. Because that just came through. So that's the first part. Now, any creature raised by Paul Bunyan's cat tended to grow to massive proportions, and Babe was no exception. Folks that stared at him for 5 minutes could see him growing right before their eyes. He grew so big that 42 axe handles plus a plug of tobacco could fit between his eyes, and it took a murder of crows a whole day to fly from one horn to the other. The laundryman used his horns to stack all the camp laundry, which was dry lickety split because of the wind blowing around all at that height. Whenever he got an itch, Babe the blue ox had to find a cliff to rub against, because whenever he tried to rub against a tree, it fell over and begged for mercy. And then it goes on to talk about his appetite. But this is what spirit is doing to you. There's this element of things being puffed up, rising as we go. This growth, this stepping into this big energy, and it's unfolding one passageway to another. I definitely am feeling the growth here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. We did our 2 shuffles. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, 2 shuffles, 4 cards. So here we go. This is the north. Okay, we're going to start at the north and we're going to go backwards. Now, I love this because in the last one that we did, we built the pyramid. We're at the top of the pyramid. That was the number 6. Remember, I said there's some integration happening. So this is kind of taking off right there. I feel it with really a lot of certainty, because at that pyramid in number 2 at the top was the yew tree growing where you're planted. So there's this element here about the warrior, okay? And this is really kind of telling about where you have been, okay? But this is about taking the ending and going backward. So it's like there's this element of how you become a warrior. You've walked this path. I see all this red energy connecting to this root chakra, manifesting, bringing things into this earth plane. We are seeing this front and center. We're seeing this masculine energy. It's very physical, as a physical energy. And then we've got the sword here. Okay. So I'm going to grab the book here because I'm hearing grab the book. So let's grab it. Number 6. This card indicates that it may be time to do something more daring. Step outside your comfort zone, be bold, and take risks. You may be developing warrior-like qualities such as bravery, accepting challenges. The ascended masters are here with the challenge. Accepting challenges, fighting for a cause or battle, strengthening your defenses, and putting up a courageous front. You could be maximizing your determination and resolve, crystallizing your goal. Wow. Always keep your vision before you and stay committed to your path. And and there's this element here with the sword to the left, and I didn't even notice, but he's got this vision, this spark of vision, right? And as the spark of vision here in the third eye, this spark, this purple that gives you these choices, as we look at this combination together. Okay, look at that. Look at this combination. This is what's coming in for you guys. This is what's kind of allowing us to see the ending and the new beginning. There's this integration and new structure emerging, okay? And this is inspired action, and he's almost waiting for his queen, right? This is the energy that I'm feeling here. She's got the moon, he's got the sun and the stars. And together, it's un I'm not hearing unbeatable. I'm hearing unparalleled. Unparalleled. So this is which that is unparalleled. Wow. That's just kind of speaking out. I can't wait to see what we see here. So in the north, we're getting this about this quality of inspired action, allowing an inspired thought. And that's what's coming up again when I'm speaking about this oracle that came up, earlier today for the collective. To allow inspired action, to not take actions unless you feel them, unless they feel in the energy of the vision that you have. Okay? Pulling the sun, moon, and stars together. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I'm feeling that for sure. So that's the first card starting in the north. Now we're going to go backwards. So in the west, number 12, okay? How can we love ourselves? How can we wrap ourselves in this unconditional love? And how can we allow that to expand our connection to the divine? Because the 12 is your soul star, okay? As below, so above. So it's like, how can we allow our connection? How can we keep our feet on the ground and our head in the divine? This is that big energy bringing the heavens down on the earth. And how do we do that? But with connection of of the love, number one, okay? But also this connection of this soul star, the square, the 12 squared, okay? The 12 squared. Be very interesting if we see another 12 in here. But what we want to set is, do you see in the background? And do you see how she's kind of like fluffing her hair like an irritant? So what I'm feeling like is there are some scripts in the background, okay? There are some things hiding in the background, hiding in the dark that are kind of still irritating. This is why the soul star is coming up, okay? The soul star is coming up here because it's like these irritations are kind of getting in the way of your connection. And so with Archangel Sandalphon coming forward, I feel like a lot of these connections, these things that are kind of pulling at you, are potentially having to do with some of these portals that we feel through our devices. Okay. And it's just like, she's kind of like, where's this coming from? You know? And so you can ask Archangel Sandalphon, to go ahead and close any and all portals that are not of your highest good, and he will do it for you. So you just set the intention, Archangel Sandalphon, please close any and all portals that are not of my highest good on all timelines, dimensions, realities. I set this intention with the highest regard for all involved and the purest intention, love, and light for all. And that's as easy as it is to really allow any obstacles in your connection to really be overcome. But this is in the West. So this is getting ready to, these distractions are getting ready to like sunset. They're dissipating. But we're still going through the process. And so we're still feeling them. Okay. So with that warrior in the north, it's like keep this sword in truth, okay? You've cut the cords, but there's still the memory. There's still the memory. And that's what this divine feminine is picking up on. She's picking up on this memory of those scripts, those memories of what we've been through. But we're going backwards. And so we are feeling as it's becoming undone, we're still feeling those emotions, right? Okay. We're still feeling those emotions. Look at this. I've got the power. Whoa, whoa. This is the South. This is we're going now. We're going down into that Venusian energy. We're going into that sacral chakra, and we're realizing the power of the beginning. The power of the beginning. Okay? Because here in the north, we were given the 10. But the vibration of a 10 is always a 1. That's what's tough about cycles, my friends. That's what the Ascended Masters want you to know. It's tough to alchemize. It doesn't just happen easily. But the reason that this is coming forward for you is it's like we're cycling, we're wrapping up one thing, but we're also emerging into something new. And what's emerging is literally your power. Now, in the Mahabharata, what do they look at as power more than anything is their chalice, okay? The chalice, the Holy Grail. This is what's seen as the Arjuna, okay? I believe it's called the Arjuna. That's here, the power of the skills. And really, what is it about here? The potential. The silver and gold, okay, is like giving you the balance, but it's the potential of shooting that arrow. And this is what I'm feeling as we go backwards, as we go into the South, back into those emotions to reclaim what our true is. Like, look at, we're trading in our sword for our true power, which is the bow. And the greatest potential is felt when you pull back and trust and release. And this is why she's sitting like this, is she's realizing her potential. And that's so purposeful. Okay, whether you're a girl or a boy, it doesn't matter. This is really talking about your insights, your intuition. This is what we call the feminine energy. Okay. Now, what does this bring? A refreshing ambition, this new thrill, this new zest. Look at this tranquil. I'm hearing tranquil, but I'm also getting this color. Is the well of dreams. This is like, it's like you can trailblaze. You're balancing with this shift, which is leading to this 8. This is that well of dream chakra. I can feel it. And this is the nourishment, that turquoise waters. It's like this is the healing, the turquoise and the straggler daisy. They pair together, and it's like we're really getting a handle of this, of stepping in. And this is what the Ascended Masters are saying. Take a risk, and this is going to come around, and it's going to fortify yourself as you continue your journey. It's going to give you the extra power. It's going to allow the wind to blow through your hair, carefree. I mean, look at this expression. on her face. It's going to allow you to move in a way that's authentic for you. And it's like at the same point in time, there's this energy, this conduction of energy that feels so authentic and so raw for you. This is truly, really beautiful. And look at her aura. And I see things in the background here. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I see this octopus energy back here, but she's like ahead of it. She's ahead of it. And this is an energy that I've been picking up on. So it's like we've got this new initiation and this octopus energy, and you can just learn about what does that mean about. We're going to be talking about that more and more. But she's not in the depths. She's on the boat. She's taking a ride. She's on her journey. She's stepped into her power, right? And then look at this too. Okay, so let's look at these. Now let's look at these directions. We've got the north and the south together talking about the magic of you being the warrior and stepping into a new tool. Okay, dropping your sword, dropping that need to defend yourself, that need to fight, and instead changing things to the potential of what could be. And then here we have on the east and the west, we have this vibration of an 8 and this vibration of a 3. So we're aligning to this energy. Okay? We're getting into balance with the abundance. We're seeing things in a new light. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll the dice for you guys. Right here in the middle. And there's that number 3. Okay, so number 3, we've got the Emergence Oracle. So we're emerging into something, okay? And we also, I love how we have, this is so cool. I love how we have the silver and the gold coming together. Wow, the silver and the gold. Beautiful. Okay. So, and look okay, we haven't shuffled that, but let me go to my chart here. Here we go. We've got our little chart so I can show you ahead of time channeled. Number 3, 5 shuffles. Oh, 5 shuffles, 5 cards. Oh, we're looking at that 10. Shift, overdrive. Shift, overdrive. Okay, so let's make some room. Making some room here. All right. So now we're going to go from the Mahabharata and we're going to go into the Emergence Oracle. We've gone from, look at this. I just want to show you, I want to show you this cover. We've gone from the elephant, which is the manifestation of the heaviest element. I'm feeling the root chakra here. Okay, definitely. They are the walkers of the earth and they stand for love. Okay, that is their vibration of the elephant. And this is on the earth, but then look at, now we're emerging from the stars and we're having this transformation. There's this big energy from earth to the stars, bringing the stars down to earth. Here's this component of continuing the plan to bring heaven to earth. I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Sunset. End of a cycle. Sunset. How can we allow the unconditional love to open up this expansion to the divine? Look at, there's this component here about being rooted and the stones. So the stones make up the mountain. And it's like when you see the elements as they connect together, there's this vision, there's this expansion, okay? And that's what I'm feeling here. You see things in a new light, okay? Wow. I'm feeling a little bit of warmth here. So I feel like there is some fire coming in. And that's because at the sunset, this is the element of the west, the element of the fire. So I am feeling that there is some fire that's really helping to dislodge some of these connections. You see how it's kind of grabbing onto her arm here? Do you see how these are in the background? I want to remind you, if you've never heard the message, to please detach from the moon and detach from the sun. This does not mean that you are like, but some of us are so ancient. The Mahabharata, we've been around since the beginning. Remember, you're the structure makers, the structure builders. Most likely you've done it before as she sits on her mountain, right? As we emerge into that other mountain there, right? So it's like what I'm trying to say here is it's like we have to let go of what was so we can step up and move into what shall be. And this is what the sunset is letting you know. Okay? I love how that came up. Life, force, healing, the dragon. And I was literally saying in that oracle that came forward that the dragon is, to me, the dragon is always the feminine, always. And it's like, look at this. There's a healing to your sacral waters, which allows the dragon, who is the shapeshifter. There is this element of the tail that the dragon comes and eats its tail. It's like we're going round again. Okay, but you guys are going lefty loosey. Okay, so it's like you've learned from going to the right. Now we're going to the left so that we can begin again. And we've got these chakras here, the rainbow bridge. Okay, I have this puzzle. This is made by one of my friends designed this oracle, and I love this oracle. So it's like with that puzzle pieces, you're collecting the pieces. You're starting to understand how it's all connected together. Okay. And this gives you a life force healing. I'm feeling evolution, my friends. Wow. I'm feeling evolution. This is the shift, the 5-5, right? We just had that. And what's shifting? Our energy. The red-tailed hawk phoenix. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. So, a creative awakening, a rebirth. Okay? 100%. Just all the cards are flowing together. A rebirth where to end the irritation, the frustrations, the pullbacks, to end the night and to see the day, to be in balance with the shift. We've got the great horned owl. The great horned owl. And I'm thinking of Paul Bunyan and those horns, how wide they are, how wise you are. Okay? Discernment. Ooh, okay. There's a message here. I feel it. There's a message here. Actually, well, you know what? If it comes up again, we'll read it. But there's a message here about observing, seeing things from a different perspective, right? It's like what you think you see is not necessarily what's true. You need to just really hone in and let those antennas spread and really pay attention to not just what you're seeing, but what you're feeling. Okay, and obviously this owl is perched. So it's like there's nothing to fear here. Okay? So this discernment of understanding, and this is what's really fine tuning, being fine tuned for you. Okay, oh, it's right there. Look at the bat. So there's a lot going on at night. Most of our cards, are you feeling it? Are matching our Mahabharata cards. So there's a lot happening at these nighttime, okay? But it's like, but you're in the flow. You're in the knowing, you're paying attention, you're hearing the signals, you're understanding initiation and purification. Hello, Ascended Masters. We're purifying our thoughts so that we can rebirth into this new energy. And it's like you've got your pulse on it. You're getting this, you're understanding. Okay? And look at how when I'm looking at this, okay, I'm seeing a couple things here right away that I want to talk about. So there's this energy here as I'm looking at the card. Okay, so as I'm looking at the card, this is the right and this is the left. And there's like this balance. So it's like we're too ready to pay attention and take action. It's like we're ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm feeling SpongeBob. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. And it's like, but hold on. You've got to recover. You're not ready. You see, there's like a little bit out of balance here. You need to recover and allow yourself to come into balance. Listen, I can hear a horse. Not horse. I see an ear here, and I feel like this is a guide, or this is some sort of irritation that's blocking that left, that feminine, still kind of holding on to her arm. Okay. So it's like this side feels a little heavier. Okay, I see a mouse here in the background, allowing a cleanse. I see a bird. I see all kinds of stuff here. What do you see? I'm seeing lots of different things here. Okay. So there's lots of things going on in the background. Pile number 3. And it's like you just got to focus on what's coming to hand. We've got our feet in the air, right? Follow the beat of the drum. Find your center with the ancestors, generations. So I feel like in a lot of ways, pile number 3, you understand. I was talking to one of my friends about the ancestral healing, and this is what we need to be talking more about. This is how we literally change the world. Is just look at this, just how 2 people can affect. And what I'm getting here, this is really talking about the message. The shift is really talking about the generations to come from you being the ancestor, you spawning generations and generations because of this change in vibration from night to day. I really feel it. Giving yourself choices in this new structure. Literally changing what it meant to be a woman back then to what it means to be one now. And it's like, as a spiritually based feminine, it's like the roles are changing. It's not about what we do, it is about what we do, but is it inspired? Is there a calling, right? And look at what's on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and read that. There's that great horn still at the bottom. Okay, because I was like feeling the message here. So we're talking about discernment. I turned right to it. What? Okay. So there's so much in here. As my friend Joanna is just so talented. If you feel called, this is the Emergence Oracle. And it is from my friend Joanna, who's an artist. This is a labor of love for her. Almost done, bud. All right, so we have ferocity, strength, boldness, discernment, protection, boundaries. The most ferocious of the owl family, the great horned owl, is considered to be the lunar equivalent of the solar red-tailed hawk. Wow! And you had both come in the splits that we were doing. That is incredible. So maybe it'll pop out in the cards. That would be awesome. Like the hawk, he has tremendous strength and is fast moving. As they've been known to argue over territory, the red tails, the hawk asks us to reflect on our relationship with boundaries, personal space. Are we demonstrating defensiveness or hostility? Or are we demonstrating our zest for life? There's a difference in the vibration and frequency, and people can feel it. Or are we approaching our boundaries from a place of integrity, compassion, self-respect? The great horned owl's bold tenacity, strength, and clarity of vision invites us into taking courageous action on the dreams in our hearts. He doesn't waste time in doubt, indecision, or worry. He simply commits and allows. Now, I love that this happened because I wanted to tell you that when you take these two combinations of the red and the yellow, we get magenta. And magenta is all about magenta color. I actually believe that is the color that's associated with that solar gateway. Oh my gosh, what we started with. I really feel that's related. But I can tell you that magenta opens up your intuition. It allows you to hear. And when I say hear, some of you are clairaudient, but I like to tell people I hear, but it's not in the physicality. I hear my higher self in the thoughts. Okay? So I just always like to teach about how this happens. Getting clear, and the reason I brought those together, those two colors, the purple especially, is this is kind of speaking to me about the pineal gland. This is the clarity that we're talking about here. The choices. Okay. Getting clear on exactly what you wish to create or achieve, then moving forward with specific direction will empower you to align yourself with purposeful action, one small inspired step at a time. If you're not clear on yet what it is you wish to create, ask to be given a vision. Pay close attention to the symbols, the dreams, the synchronicities, and the patterns revealed in the weeks ahead. Have courage to trust your instincts and life's unfolding, and know you can always change paths if you need to. So there's this really pull back and pay attention, right? All right, so let's get a little bit more familiar with this shift. The caterpillar, the possibilities. I'm you can't see it, but I'm just smiling ear to ear because every time I see this caterpillar, it does not shift into a butterfly. It shifts into a bee. It shifts into a bee. And this is, you're reaching the end of the line. It's like you've got this hunger and this zest, but you have everything in you. Everything is already there. Everything is already there and ready to unfold. Wow. Evolutionary love, evolution. That's what's unfolding. I was telling you this evolution. And when you get to the center, I'm hearing when you get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop, how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop? You'll find it's your zest. Can you make it in there? It doesn't matter. Have fun with it. Enjoy. Allow the unfolding. Allow the growth. Allow the beauty. Allow the healing. Because deep inside here, I see two masks. And it's reminding me of the theater, the masks of the theater. And it's the happy mask or the sad mask, right? And it's like that's the conundrum that we're always in. And you have the ability to choose the mask that you put on. Well, I'm encouraging you not to wear a mask at all. It's actually like unfolding and allow the mask to come off. That's really what that's all about. Wow. Allowing the mask to come off, knowing that you move you move in different ways than others do. Just because a caterpillar, they say a caterpillar doesn't become a bee, but who says that? Do you say that? Because you're the structure creators. What if you said a caterpillar does become a bee and you could prove that it did? Would that change the minds of others? This is coming up with purpose. Oh my gosh, I got goosebumps, actually. Goosebumps. We're totally going to read this. We are totally going to read this. Perseverance. When I first went to go put a title to this oracle, I heard shake, rattle, and roll. But what I really wanted to put, shake, rattle, and roll, it's a dust bowl. What are you kicking up? What are you kicking up in your movement? I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. Are you noticing a theme here, my friends? When I did the shuffles, they were all in the dark, but look at how these are all on the opposite spectrum so far, and they're in the light. And there's no judgment there. They're on the same wavelength. You get to choose your experiences. You have choice. And that is the most ultimate part that you need to know here. So the bowl, okay, let's read it. So gorgeous. Perseverance, stamina, strength, sensuality, sustenance, sweetness. Bulls are associated with prosperity, protection, strength, good luck, and courage. And what's coming? What's right around the horizon? This is the number 3. This is the third card. So actually, I'm sorry. I'm just going to hold on that for a moment. Earth Star. Sacral. I'm sorry. Root. Sacral. A new beginning. In the bull, the Taurus, this is what I've been talking about. The next new moon is in Taurus. This is about getting clear on the intentions moving forward into your new beginning. Into your new beginning. You are trailblazing. You are running towards it. You are centered. And I'm just hearing steer. Okay? We had the ox come forward. The wildebeest, some people call it the wild ox. Some people, there's lots of different definitions of what a wildebeest is. But let me tell you, this is really coming up for you. So bulls are associated with prosperity, protection, strength, good luck, courage, as well as the earthly sensual fixed sign of Taurus in the zodiac. Yeah. Symbolic of action and perseverance, bull mirrors the strength, will, and the capabilities inherent within us all, reminding us that we can achieve any goal or vision we set our hearts and minds to accomplishing. Along with great strength, the bull is also connected to the sacred cow, the ancient symbol of the divine feminine. And what did I say? Earth Star chakra, root chakra, sacral chakra. Okay? Which is our divine feminine is housed in the sacral chakra. Additionally, ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans all believed the bee, who arrives in the spring with the rising of the seven sisters of the Pleiades, was born of the bull, which we receive the sustenance of milk and honey. Ooh, the land of milk and honey. Identify the milk that nourishes and sustains you and the honey that brings the sweetness in your life. Pay close attention to these overlaps. They will provide great insight into your life path. Symbolically, the bee and the bull connection, and we're talking about the wildebeest, Bee. So there's another connection built in the word. Speaks to the sustenance and the sweetness that is born out of seeing a goal or a vision all the way through to completion, to find yourself meeting frustration along the way, to realizing the vision, connect back with who you are, becoming in relation to your goal. Allow yourself to regroup, focus your intention on abiding with being the charge forward with the confidence of the bull. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love how this message is coming together. Now let's keep with the theme here. So let's go ahead and look at the number 4, which is the solar plexus. What's coming in is the rabbit. The solar plexus, the sun is expanding where? Look at these, on those ears, right? Listening to yourself, allowing the fertility. And this is really what I was trying to speak about in your intuition. This is what's growing, the sweetness. And the rabbits, oh my gosh, fertility and creativity. This is what you're moving into, my friends. So keep your ears open. And it's like, yes, the rabbit has a lot of people after them. You know, we started this whole oracle talking about pile number 1 who felt hunted, and how that led to these weird behaviors and this transition and this theme and this evolution through the piles. And here we are talking about the solar, the sun, realizing, okay, maybe I'm hunted, but I am going to make it last and bounce around and find all the berries and suck the sweetness, the milk and the honey out of all that life has to offer. And this is what leads to the generations and the generations and the generations, right? And here we are in the year of the rabbit. And here's your 5th one. Back to your heart chakra. Back to what makes you beat. Is this meeting together of who you truly are. Who you truly are. This link back to who you are meant to be, effervescent, going with the flow, infinitely realizing your potential, knowing as your heart beats, knowing that that vibration brings to you exactly what you need in the divine timing that you need it. There's this meeting in the middle here. Beautiful. Joy. Lightness of your heart, the hummingbird, the lift, okay? So this is what I'm feeling is happening as you complete this heart awakening. You've gone through the center, you've gone through the heart, you've gone here in the center, your heart chakra, you've gone down to bring it up to end up right back here at your center. This is so gorgeous. I love this for you, pile number 3. This vibration is so gorgeous. Hello, Susan. I hope you're pile number 3. The other 2 piles are on the previous post. I lost power, so just know that. So these are the cards that are coming in. This is what the great horned owl is saying. You know, allow the ferociousness. Allow that spark of vision to put that sword down, to realize we're not here to fight. We're here to meet ourselves in the middle. We started in the pile number one. We talked about the shadow boxing. We talked about the perspective. But here we are meeting in the middle, okay, and getting ready to emerge into the number eight, which is the 44, the four below, the four above, to really find what? The crystallization of moving up and shedding our shadow self. This is the shift that's available for you, my friends. This is the 12 that is squared for you. This is bringing yourself into oneness of cooperation squared with yourself and with others. This is the infinite for you. I love it. And I love the structure that this brings in for others. You bring this structure into the new earth and look at how it meets them in the middle. And this is what it's going to take to get inside here, my friends. I know that's for me. You got to have a vibrational match to get into that new earth. You've got to go through these initiations and to emerge into what you truly are in order to be there. Okay? So keep working at it. Know that everything that you need will come in the divine timing of what you need it for. Susan says pile number 3, but what was the other video? Thought I missed it. We'll listen again. Thank you. Yeah, Susan, I'm so sorry. The other video was meant to be part of this video, but my laptop was plugged in a plug that wasn't working and I lost power. So thank you very much. I've been on here just with pile number 3 for a while. It is what it is. It's meant to be. I hope that you found these messages. I find them so divine. So I hope that you found these messages to work for you. And we'll be back at you soon. Take care of yourselves. You'll for sure see me next Wednesday. But I want to let you know, Friday the 13th, I'm doing a meditation of smoky quartz and hawthorn. So this is a beautiful beautiful attunement meditation. All right. We'll see you soon. Thanks, you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you on the flip. Bye.